So we're going to be looking at the distinctly flavoured regions of whisky making in Scotland, all the way through from the light floral fruity lowlands to the west coast with the big pungent peaty whiskies of Islay. So Auchentoshan is one of the most unique distilleries in Scotland. It's based on the outskirts of Glasgow, and the spirit they make is triple distilled, which means it gives it a lovely light floral fruity note, and that's really reflected in the matured examples of the whisky.
There's a wonderful vanilla note that comes off the nose, and with a light whisky you're getting more activation from the cask, and that's classic of the Lowland style. Very light, very easy drinking, fantastically supple as a whisky. A classic example of Highland whisky is Glengoyne. The style of whisky you would normally find in the Highlands is heathery, buttery and relatively delicate, but not as delicate as that whisky that comes from the Lowlands. With this expression, there's plenty of ginger, plenty of cut apple and lots of vanilla.
So we're moving on to the Speyside region. Now, Speyside is the heartland of Scotch whisky making. There are over 40 different distilleries there, and we've chosen Aberlour Abuna, which is a classic example of a big sherry cask whisky. This is made in different batches, and it's not for the faint-hearted. This is bottled at over 60%, so we're going to add a little bit of water just to start bringing some of those rich, fruity spices from the whisky.
Delicious, rich and nutty. Very classic of the Speyside region. This.
Classic Aberlour as well, isn't it?
Next up on our regional tour of Scotland is Campbeltown, a fantastic area that used to be a powerhouse of Scotch production, but in the last 100 years or so has really fallen away. The most famous distillery of the region is Springbank, but we're going to try something a little bit different. Glen Scotia, one of only 3 distilleries left in the region now. Campbeltown is the coastal area on the west coast of Scotland that comes down past the Mull of Kintyre, and it gives us a very coastal, meaty dram.
It's so unique, isn't it? And so different to anything else from the other regions of Scotland. There's a brininess, there's a sort of distinct nuttiness and almost a chocolate note as well that I've never really detected in any other style of whisky.
It is quite an unusual region for Scotland and a lovely, unusual flavour.
We're moving on to the islands of Scotland. Now, island production is all, again, very, very distinct. You've got the whiskies of Mull, you've got whiskey from Skye, you've got whiskey from Arran. And what we're trying here is a whiskey from Orkney. Now, this is Highland Park, one of, again, these sort of classic distilleries, and probably one of our all-time favourites again. What's different about this is you're going to start to get a slight smoke to it, almost a floral smoke. It's very, very different to the type of smoke you would find on the island of Skye or indeed the island of Islay.
And we finish our tour on the island of Islay. One great example of this is in the Lagavulin 16-year-old. The whisky it produces has the house style of the island, that lovely smoky note with a lovely sherried toffiness to it too.
So distinct, isn't it? You've got that wonderfully rich warming note, the smoke comes through. I mean, it's a perfect bonfire drum.
Yeah, great for a fireside.